Hello, it's Masood here, and this is part 2. Last we left off with the employees, and we're going to add task now. So first of all, we're going to add a task, and here we have a list of tasks called teammates, and basically just going to say boolean if it doesn't exist. So string task name, so enter your task name, and then it's going to ask you for existing task leader. If there's an existing task leader, you add in. If there's not, you can't add in task, because if task leader doesn't exist, you can't add task. Then it's gonna come down here. How many teams do you have in that task? So then it will ask you your due date on. Then it will ask you when was it added and when it's completed. And then status. Is it cancelled, postponed, on hold, or completed? Then your task is going to be true, false, and it's your enum, so it's going to add that in. Then we go up here, edit task, edit and delete. So we have edit, delete, go with that. Here we have edit task, so input validation, so edit task and edit task leader. So here's our edit task, so it's going to ask you for old name and then change the new name. Same thing for leader, ask you for your old name and your new name. So we have edit task done, and then we have delete. Pretty much like the only option I've given was to delete all. So here the running task, clear, so it's going to clear everything in your task. So call the array list task running, so it's going to delete all that. Then we have a part 9, search. So we have task leader, so you search by the task leader. Then we have print by task name, so you search by task name. Then we search by task stat. Then we search by the date range, and this is to sort them out. So my sort isn't working, don't know what's wrong with that. So at the moment I don't have enough time to fix those errors, still studying for exams. And task search when it's completed on. So we have search by leader. You just input the leader name and it's going to print out the name. Same thing for task name. So you input the task name and print out. And then by team, so we're just going to print out your team name. So it's going to print everything in the list. And this is to remove from employees. So you input the name and it will remove the employee by name. Same thing with ID, it will remove by employee ID. And then this is just employees. Then we come down here, so we've done add task, edit, delete, search task, print the task. So it's gonna print out the array list of the task, so everything out. So print everything out in the task. So we have name, ID, leader name, leader ID, teammates, it's added on, due date, completed date, and status to string, and print notify. Then we have copy stream system, so it's gonna copy. So go down here. Here we have it in the task store. So task store copy. So task store new. So new task store, and set the value to 0. While count is less than the list, new list dot add task. So it's going to add your list into the task count plus plus. So it's going to copy all that. So it's going to copy all that, and you can just copy that before you delete everything and then paste. So you should be able to paste after you delete the whole list. Then we have print. There we go. So print. So it's going to print the whole task. Then we have what you call for compare. So compare to tasks. So compare task 1 and task 2. So if we go to compare, come down here. So it's going to get the task 1 dot get task name dot compare to task 2 get task name. So it's going to compare task 1 and task 2, and if they're same, it will print out they matched. So if they're different, it's going to say different. If they don't match, then we have 14 save all to a text file and load all. So we have location save all. So it's gonna save all that and write it to a file. Same thing with load all. I'm using random access stream, so it's gonna get the length of the employee. So here we calculate 208. So it's gonna get the total employees, and it's gonna use the for loop for this. So total employees. So it's gonna get the employees e equals new employees. So it's gonna read the stream and outprint e.toString, and that's gonna read all the employees that you've saved to a text file. So the employees you had there was these employees, and I don't even know why that's in Chinese. So that's pretty much my menu. So number 14 is to save it, 15 is to load, and your 16 was to exit out. So next thing we have random access stream, string utility, and string utility and string util. So these were just taken from a Moodle. So I don't think I've changed anything in that. And then we come down here for tasks. So it's a comparable class. So we have our task name, ID. So basically our variable we're using. We have enum for our appointment, and we call it status. So this is just our full constructor. Then down here we have some getters and setters. Then we have our enum. So it's going to get the enum value. So whichever number you picked, it's going to get the enum value for that, and then it's going to get the int value to whichever you've chosen. Then it's going to return a string of the enum you've chosen. So whichever status you got, pick in your value, going to print the int value and string value, and then it's going to return a toString. Then it's going to print notify, so yes or no. So if it's true or false for your task class, it's return true or false or yes or no. Then our compare to. So it's pretty much I was using that for a sort method, which it doesn't seem to print out for me for some reason, and that's what I will go on ahead and fix it whenever I get the time after the exams. Then we go down here for task store. So pretty much comparator class task clonable. So we have our list of tasks called a running task. So our public task store is new running task is a new array. Then we have set the task store to array list task to run task. Then we have array list of tasks to get get store. Then we have collection sort, which didn't work. And this is to add task. This is to print out your tasks and or print out for task. So it's going to print everything out. Then we have delete task, so it's going to delete everything out. Then we have copy task list, so it's going to copy everything in the task array list and save it. And this is to change, so it's going to change value in the running task. So it's going to find the location of the name, and there's no task, and if there is task, it's going to set the new name. And this is changing the name of the old name into new name. So you enter your name, enter name, so you enter your old name, existing name. So if there's no name, it's fine. If there is a name, it's going to change the location and set the new name. So this is just printing by task name. So it's going to find the task name. So pretty much it's going to print from list of values, which is equal to whatever you input. And this is print a single name, so ignoring case, so whichever name you've typed is going to print that out, so whatever leader name you've typed. And this is to find the index of task name and leader, and if it doesn't find it, it's going to return -1, and otherwise it's going to return a positive number. And this is finding the index of task leader, so pretty much the same. It's going to find the task leader. If it doesn't find it, it's going to return -1. If it finds it, it's going to return a positive. And this is just a printout, so if the task isn't found, sorry, this task is not in our system. Same thing with leader. So this is just to get the enum for our task status, so it's going to return the status. And this is going to return a complete overdue date, so whatever day is overdue, it's going to return that. And this is just going to return the date, so whichever is due date. So it pretty much is going to look for 2 due dates, and it's going to find and print everything due date within those 2 dates. And this is just comparing 2 tasks, so task 1 or task 2. I could have upgraded that into user input, where user can put in the name, which I should have done. And that's it. That's pretty much my task store. So print out all my tasks. So task. So for the last part we had there comparative, so it's comparing this and this, so they're not the same, so it prints out different, which was what we inputted. And This is my CA. Thank you.